fabulous episode of our talk show with experts. Manatho unnaru mana immigration expert Rahul Reddy garu. Rahul garu, thank you so much for being on the show today, Andy.
Thank you for inviting me.
All right. Call our expert on 1-833-882-8872. The number again is 1-833-882-8872. Watch us on Yup TV, Facebook, YouTube, Sling TV, World BBTV and Dish Network. All right. This is a very, very interesting and a very, very relevant topic, Rahul garu. Internalized oppression unveiled. And we want to talk about understanding, what is important about Vivek Ramaswamy's take on employment-based immigration. Why is it relevant for us out there? Is it good? Is it bad? And what are some of the short-term and some of the long-term outcomes we can expect from him, Andy?
First of all, I want to congratulate all Indians and the entire world on the Gandhi Jayanti, which is going to be tomorrow on October 2nd.
Yes, sir.
He is one of the person who has became famous, not in India, actually. He first became famous in Africa, South Africa. And then later on, he came and became a hero of the entire nation, also the entire world. He's the who fought against the racist supremacists in South Africa. And now yet we have this candidate called Vivek Ramaswamy, who is actually hates his own race, hates his own origin people, hates his own kind of people, only to appease the superior to the voters of whatever kind of voters that he wants to attract. That is exactly, is what I can take about Vivek Ramaswamy.
Okay.
If he doesn't have an understanding about H-1B, he should look into it. He doesn't have an understanding of the business immigration, he should study it. But I think so he knows it, he just wants to appease it. There is no dictionary word for these kind of people, because we have words like racist, where people hate the other person based on their birth. Only because they think so that the other person is inferior. The other race is inferior than whatever their race is, and we call them as racists. And those people who hate their own race, their own origin, there is no word. I don't know whether this word is. And we call, from now onwards, I will call that as Vivek Ramaswamy.
Okay.
I couldn't find a word for him. There are situations where in the Second World War time, where the Jews used to call the people rats. That means that within their internal race, there are some people who will inform. Let's say some people are hiding in a very bad situation, though, where they're saving from their life, and then there are some Jews who used to inform the German authorities, hey, these are the people who are hiding there. Now, at least in those circumstances where they were being persecuted at that point of time, though, at least the authorities were asking for them. Where are these Jews so that we can kill them? And this particular rats, what they call him as informed. Now, here there is none like that. He's creating it. He's making the immigration community look very bad. He's making the immigration very bad. He's making the Indians very bad. And only to gain the votes. That's exactly the words that I have for him.
Rahul garu, for those, that are uninitiated into this conversation, can you give us a very, sort of short background on who this person is and what is he talking about that is actually causing such waves, making waves like this of the wrong kind?
Right. First of all, Vivek Ramaswamy is the presidential candidate for the Republican Party, though. Of course, in the United States, there are two major political parties. One is the Republican Party, one is the Democratic Party. To be elected as the president of the country, though, first they have to win the election within their party, within the Republican Party. So Vivek Ramaswamy is a candidate for the Republican Party candidate. Among the pool of candidates, he is one of the candidates. For him to win the elections, they have to make their political statements, have to take some of their stands on each of the topic. For example, economy is one of the things, international relations is one of the things, immigration is one of the things. And Vivek Ramaswamy, I'm only discussing about the Vivek Ramaswamy's the political, the stance on the immigration is where
Right.
I'm discussing about. And his views are to entirely ban H-1B, is that this is exactly a bonded labor thing, H-1B is, and these people are cheap labor. I don't know where he gets that idea, because there are lots of things where actually to sponsor a H-1B though, it's completely different. I mean, he knows it. He just wants to get the votes of those people to appease.
One thing I can tell, it's anything but cheap, given that, you know, IT makes up for, I think, you know, in terms of, you know, salary comparisons, if you see, they're among like at least the top 5.
Right. Why don't we take the statistics of what is the average salary of all the H-1Bs in United States? What is the average salaries of the United States people in general, though? Definitely H-1Bs are almost 100% more than the regular people. Now, we don't have to go into every detail of these things, but this guy telling that these are cheap labor, these people need to be eliminated, H-1B should be eliminated. And now he says point system and all those things is a different thing, but you know, which are, first he needs to understand what a H-1B is before he goes in. But he's just trying to appease the voters of what he wants to achieve, though. He's just criticizing the entire race and the national origin people that he belongs to. That's the only words that I have for him. And I don't have any word dictionary. I looked into the dictionary to find a word. I couldn't find a word. So now I will call this word the people who self-hate themselves. I will call self-hate their own race, self-hate their own religion, self-hate their own origin. Religion, I'm sorry, I take back. So self-hate their own race, self-hate their own origin. There is no word in the dictionary. At least I couldn't find it. If anybody can, please let me know. Until then, I will call that word as Vivek Ramaswamy.
Well, sir, at least I know there'll be a lot of Vivek Ramaswamys, because there are, you know, people from our country, and this I'm just speaking out in general, to all the people who discriminate based on, you know, the caste and, you know, financial background, their status in society, even our own people, you know. There are a lot of people who make discriminations on such basis. So from today onwards, your name is going to be what? Vivek Ramaswamy. That is what it's going to be. But
no, well, I just want
like they say, charity starts at home.
Yeah, so discrimination is okay to some extent. I will tell you some of the things where discriminations are okay. If somebody smokes and you want to put that guy, that's discrimination. These are choices. If somebody eats non-veg and you don't, it doesn't matter whether, you know, it's good or bad. That is a choices people make. I don't make a choice being an Indian. I don't make it because I don't make a choice being born in India. I don't make a choice of being born an Indian race. That is not my choice. When a person is discriminated based on a choice where the person doesn't have it himself, though, that is bad. That is bad.
No, it's like, you know, how people on the basis of like caste, so, you know, people from backward caste villages are not allowed to.
Anything based on the birth, where they do.
Yes, where you don't even have a choice, you know, like they cannot use the same well water, they cannot use the same river water, you know, things like that, which is completely backwards, but it still exists. So, you know, I guess it's not surprising.
Those are the things what we have seen when people doing it to the other caste people or other
yes, but people of the same race is what I mean. You know,
same people doing for their own people. I don't know. There is no word for it.
Their own people, though. Okay, all right. Anything else that that we would have to look out for to understand what this person is doing?
Yeah, for now.
And anything that we can do from our side to push back, sir?
We need to voice ourselves. We need to express ourselves that, hey, look, you know, what you're telling about the things are not good, and we need to voice it. And we are very weak in voice. And when you look into the funding of this guy, I see a lot of Indians funding it.
And just a quick question, sir. So I'm not fully aware of this person. So is he like completely anti-immigration, or is he actually targeting people from India?
Out of all the pool of candidates that are there, he is the most anti-immigration candidate that I know of.
Interesting. Okay. Given that he himself is an immigrant. Okay.
Well, he's not.
Okay. I mean, he
Because
comes from an immigrant family, right? At some
immigrant family,
point, they moved.
yeah. He
All
comes from
right.
immigrant family, yeah.
Okay. Good to know, sir. I think this was very enlightening for us to hear what's going on also. Thank you so much for that. All right. On that note, let's take our first caller for today. First caller for the day. All right. Caller with number ending in 8122. 8122. We're ready for you now. Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. We can hear you. Please go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, thanks for taking my call. This is Suresh. My priority date is November 2010 in EB2. I got my GCAD and AP in July 2021. Okay. So still I'm maintaining my H1 status. So coming to my wife, she has a H4 visa that is valid till November 2024. And her GCAD and 485 under processing. So now coming to what happened last week, she went to India on the medical emergency without AP. Okay, she has a H4 visa. So now shall I maintain my H1 status so that she come on H4 visa, or
Yes.
Can you please advise?
Absolutely. Absolutely. You have to maintain the H1B status until she comes back. Wait until she comes back, because once you start using the EAD to work for other companies or discontinue on the H1B, technically speaking, she's not supposed to come into United States on a H4 visa. So maintain it. When did you file the 485 application though?
For my wife?
No, for both of you guys. When did you file the 485 application?
No, it is what happened actually. We are not filed for both at the same time. Okay, I applied in 2020, but for her it is 3 months back, like June or something.
I got it.
We applied for 485.
But did you get your green card yet or not yet?
No, I don't get still. I got my EAD is expired first. EAD,
I got it. Sir,
now,
sir,
yeah.
I got the point. I want you to maintain the H1B until she comes back. I want her to come back as early as possible though. You know why? Because you may get the green card at any point of time. Your prior date is current.
Yeah, you're right. So yeah, that is my next question. So there is any possibility if I'll get my GC this month, right? So any possibility how she can come back? Like I heard something like we can apply the advanced payroll from outside of USA.
No, you cannot apply advanced payroll from outside the country. You cannot apply advanced payroll outside the country. There are ways where you can apply for the green card. After you get it, it will take 3 years for her to come back. Please tell her to come back. ASAP. Okay. Don't take the risk because you get the green card. Yeah, you need to maintain the H1B. Not only that, just have her come back, please. Because even if you maintain the H1B, if you get the green card, she's going to be in trouble. She can't come back on H4.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're right. Okay.
Okay. Put the phone off.
Thank you, sir.
Put the phone off and have her watch this clip and then make sure she comes back, okay? Next person, please.
Sure. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling. All right, let's take our next caller. Okay, caller with number ending in 7297. 7297, we're ready for you now. Hello? Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling. All right. Hello?
Can you hear me now?
Hi, sir. We can hear you, sir. Please go ahead.
Thanks, Nitya Garu and Rahul Garu for serving the community. What's the steps for putting the EB2 priority date to self-filing EB1 I-140 application?
As far as supporting is concerned, though, all you need to mention to the USCIS is, look, I have an I-140 approval under EB2, and here is the I-140 approval. That's it. Simple.
So where we have to mention, is it from I-140 application or
in a cover letter to the USCIS, you would mention that I am filing an I-140 along with the I-140. Please find enclosed I-140 form, explanation letter. You give the detail. Just we call it as a cover sheet. Okay. And you will also give the details of the check. Okay, I'm enclosing a check. I'm enclosing the documents. Exhibit A will have the letter from the professor. Exhibit B will have the letter from the colleagues. Exhibit C will have the publications that you have done. Whatever, I'm just explaining. In that, though, the first exhibit will be the I-140 approval of EB2. And you will mention that I am requesting to port the date from EB2, which is March 12th, 2018. And I want that one to be ported to EB1A. That's all you are going to mention. And then you will enclose the I-140 along with and Exhibit 1 is the I-140.
Okay, yeah. So just photocopy is enough, right? I approved I-140.
You do not need an I-140 original. You will not, most of the people won't have I-140 original. They don't need I-140 original. Nobody needs I-140 original.
Okay, yeah. Thank you so much, sir. Yeah, thank you for the confirmation. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling in.
Yeah.
Okay, let's take our next caller then. Thank you. Okay. Caller with number ending in 9703. 9703, we're ready for you now. Hello?
They don't need I-140.
Yes, I'm here.
Hi, ma'am.
Yeah, hi there. So I have a question on H4 EAD. Since both our two processes are different process and require separate application. So could my employer file H4 EAD electronically? If yes, what steps are to be taken to ensure both are filed together so that approval for both comes together? Would adding a letter help requesting USCIS officers to educate H4 EAD together so that I do not have to stop working as I'm on F1 visa?
Okay, H4 and H4 EAD cannot be filed online. They have to be filed manually though. And when you file manually, you enclose both the applications together in one envelope, H4 plus EAD. You don't need to write a letter. You just need to enclose them together in one envelope. I normally write one cover sheet saying that it's H4 plus EAD and I will enclose it. That's all you need to make sure that you get the H4 plus EAD approval in one single go. You don't have to write a separate letter. You don't have to explain, just like the way I was telling previously that in the cover sheet, Exhibit A is the I-140. We don't need any of those things. All we need is that enclose it in one envelope. Now, when you send the EAD, you send it to a different address. When you send the H4 goes to the different address. When you file H4 plus EAD, you send it to the same address as the H4, not EAD. So they already know that they received an EAD in an address where H4 is filed. So both of the receipt notices will be at the same time, both of the approvals will be at the same time, so that you can continue. Once you file the H4, do you need to put the starting date in the future? No, you don't have to worry about that. You can put the starting date immediately itself. You can continue working on OPT or STEM extension if that is valid. Okay, and wait until the H4 and EAD is approved. Once the H4 plus EAD will be approved on the same day, which 99% of the time they will be approved on the same day, then you can continue working without any interruption. When you file H4 plus EAD together, even if you don't write any cover sheet, they will adjudicate the application at the same time.
So, sir, can you tell me about what did you say just now about start date?
Some people say that, can I put the start date 6 months from now? Let's say that your STEM extension is expiring in April of 2024. Do you need to put April 1st of 2024 for you to continue working on OPT and STEM extension? That is a question some people have it. No, you don't need to. Even if you put the start date as October 1st, okay? Even if you put October 1st start date, you can continue working on the STEM extension OPT, or if you're an H1B until it expires, okay? And then once the H4 plus EAD comes in, you can start working immediately. So there is no interruption.
The letter you said the front page should say H4 EAD together, right?
I didn't set the letter. I said the H4 and EAD should be filed together. There will be two forms. One is I-539 form. One is I-539 form. One is I-765 form. They both need to be enclosed in one form. That's one envelope.
Okay, sir. When my husband's H-1B transfer was filed, they included his office address. At the time, we were living in Ohio. So now we live in Michigan. So, my address, which I would be updating, would be totally new for USCIS, because in my husband's application, that Michigan's address is not mentioned. Would that affect my case in any way?
No, ma'am. You're good.
Okay. Thank you so
we'll
much.
Go to the next call.
Sir.
Thank you.
And sir, if I have to file with you guys, Reddy and Newman, what charges is you guys?
We cannot discuss the charges on the
to
TV, but you can send an email to us at info@rnlog.com.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for calling in. All right.
Thank you, Nitya.
Thank you. All right. Before we go to our next caller, I'm just going to run through a couple of questions for you, Rahul Garu, from YouTube. First one is from Syed Faizan Ahmad. He says, considering the ongoing H-1B situation, I want to pursue a PhD. So after doing my MS, if I do PhD and while doing PhD, I get a job, can I quit my PhD and do the job and get OPT?
Well, get OPT. No, wait. If his target is to get the OPT, though, he has to complete the degree.
Okay.
He said OPTs, right? So OPT will be only, optional practical training is only given after you complete the degree, though. So if it's a bachelor's degree, you complete bachelor's, you get an OPT. After you complete the master's, you get an OPT. After you complete the doctorate degree, you get an OPT. So if in between the doctorate degree, let's say, for example, the doctorate degree is 5 years. In 2 years, you stop going to the college, you do not complete the doctorate degree, you will not get the OPT. You're not entitled for it.
If he does get an OPT, then can he quit after that, though?
Well, he only gets the OPT after completion, though.
Okay. But
OPT can...
If he gets something in the second year of his PhD, then what happens?
You cannot. You will not be given OPT. OPT will be given only before 90 days of completion of your degree on a promise that you're going to complete the doctorate degree.
Got it. Understood.
Not only, so it's conditioned upon that you are going to complete the degree. So if you can apply 90 days before, but you have to still promise that you're going to complete it. So anyway, OPT will take longer than 90 days to get it, or so you're supposed to. So if you have done all the way 5 years, no. Even if you want to discontinue the last month and do not want to get the PhD degree, that OPT is no longer valid for you. You have to complete the degree.
Okay, got it.
Now, but Nitya Garu, there are some people who ask the question: what if they get the H-1B lottery selected in between? What if they get a H-1B? Can they quit in between and join the H-1B, because H-1B starts on October 1st? Can they quit let's say the semester started in August 15th and on October 1st, the H-1B starts. Can they quit? Will it cause any problem at any point of time if they quit the degree in between and move on to H-1B? The answer is no, you can quit. Absolutely no problem for you, never. You can quit on the H-1B. The objection with this gentleman was only that OPT will be only given after the completion or very near the completion of the degree. On a promise that they're going to complete it. And only within 90 days. You cannot apply 1 year before. It's only within 90 days of the time that you're going to get the degree.
All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. I know, sorry, Syed, but they have also thought about all these scenarios, I guess, so that's why they made it like completely budge proof. All right. Question from Satya Ande says, going on a Disney cruise in November. I have an H-1B till 2025, but there's no visa stamping on the passport. I have an EB2 EAD, an advance parole that's expiring in October of 2023, and I've applied for an advance parole renewal. Can I go without passport stamping using my H-1B?
his advance parole, he said, is expiring in October of 2023. That's what he said.
Yes.
So October of 2023, I don't know what do you mean by October 30th of 2023, October 1st of 2023, I don't know. If his advance parole is valid until the time he comes back, let's say it's valid until October 20th, and he's coming back on the Disney cruise on October 18th, I don't have a problem with it. He can come back on advance parole.
Okay.
With regards to the H-1B though, there is something called automatic revalidation though, where if a person goes to Mexico or Canada though, they're allowed to come back without any stamping, that automatic revalidation. But that automatic revalidation is not valid if you go to Bahamas or Caribbean islands. And there is a limitation. There is one exception. For F1s, it's a different story. For H1s, it's a different story. H4s, it's a different story. I don't want to go in detail, but if you're going into Bahamas to come back, no. Most probably you're not allowed to come back on automatic revalidation. So the only provision for you, since you do not have the H1B or H4 stamping in the passport, if you have advance parole, I don't have a problem in you going Disney cruise. But if you don't have an advance parole, since you don't have the passport stamping, don't go to Disney cruise.
Got it. Sir, in case he decides to come back before the advance parole is expired, can he come back and still continue to work on the H-1B?
Absolutely he can. Even though the person comes back on advance parole, their H-1B is still valid. They can extend it, they can transfer it, they can amend it.
Okay, got it. Thank you. All right. Kali Charan says, what happens to EB1 India physician applications? 485 accepted 7/19/2023. Medicals done May of 2022 with EAD and advanced parole till 9/24. And his priority date is 1/31/2013. New visa numbers should be available tomorrow.
2013.
Yes, priority date.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Visa numbers are available starting from, Monday, the visa numbers are available. So absolutely not a problem. But if you have recently filed a 485 application, sometimes they delay, the processing time will be there. But if you should be getting the green card because your priority date is 2013.
Okay. All right. All right. Thank you, sir. Let's take our next caller. Okay, caller with number ending in 4889. 4889, we're ready for you now. Hello?
Hi Nitya, hi Rahul Garu. This is Krishna Andy.
Hello,
quick
sir.
question.
How are you?
So,
Okay.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, sir, we can hear you, sir. Please go ahead.
Yeah, so LCA related question అండి. సో రీసెంట్ గా ఒక ఆఫర్ వచ్చిందండి. వాళ్ళు LCA X అమౌంట్ కి ఫైల్ చేశారండి. సో బేసికలీ కాంపెన్సేషన్ ప్యాకేజ్ కింద X అమౌంట్ కి ఫైల్ చేశారు. బట్ ఏంటంటే వాళ్ళు బేస్ పే వచ్చేసి Y ఇస్తున్నారు, అమౌంట్ Y విచ్ ఇస్ లెస్ దెన్ X. బట్ ఫిక్స్డ్ ఇన్సెంటివ్ బోనస్ మళ్ళీ ETO మళ్ళీ ఎంప్లాయర్ కాంట్రిబ్యూషన్ ఫర్ ద హెల్త్ ఇన్సూరెన్స్ కలిపి Y చేస్తామంటున్నారు. సో జస్ట్ మీ ఒపీనియన్ కావాలండి.
No, the bonuses and all those things cannot be included in the LCA. Let's say, for example, if the LCA says $180,000 per year, every pay period you should be getting that. You divide that into pay period. Let's say if it's a monthly pay period, that means that it's $15,000 every month. You divide that into 52 if they're paying you 14 days every time. Then it has to be divided. The 180,000 divide that whatever pay period it is. Like if it is like 26 paychecks, it has to be did. Every paycheck has to reflect it. So if this lawyer has done an LCA documentation that includes bonuses, incentives, stock options in the LCA, he has to file one more LCA again. He cannot use that.
Okay.
That's a violation.
He's telling the fixed incentive and ETO. So on a time off.
What is?
So that's okay. Fixed incentive bonus. So which will not change.
There is what is fixed incentive though? It's just contradictory to me. What my understanding is, Fixed incentive means, first of all, incentive means it's something attractive. The incentive normally will go after a certain time. Or it is based on some...
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling, Andy. Let's take our next caller. Okay, caller with number ending in 4437. 4437, we're ready for you now. Hello?
Hello?
Hello, sir.
Nitya, can you hear me?
Yes, sir, but can you speak up a little bit or increase your volume if you don't mind? A little bit?
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you now, sir. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Hi, Nitya and hi, Rahul garu. Yeah, I have one question. So basically, my wife... Can you hear?
Yeah,
Yes,
we can
sir.
hear you. Please go ahead.
Yeah. So my wife came to Masters like 3 to 4 years ago. She actually, when she went for the interview, her F1 was denied initially. So later on, she went for the second interview for the same semester. And at that time, they approved it without any much questions. So, and she came to US and she completed her master's program. But sadly, she did not get OPT extension for her university. So, and then after getting the OPT initially, and she went to join on the second master's program. So in the second master's program, she completed the second master's and converted that to PhD program. Because her employer was not filing for H1B in the when she got the job, she actually returned to India at that time. So then we actually got married last year, December. But before marriage, we actually tried for F1 again, like for PhD program. And they denied the visa, like with 214B denial reason. And we again tried with the same PhD program, and they again denied it, like with the same thing. After marriage, we actually tried with the married status, like instead of single, we just put like married and me as husband. And we tried with F1. Again, they gave 214. So finally, my OPT extension is ending this July. That's why we wanted to do F1. And finally, we tried the F2 route. And they denied even the F2 with the 214B denial. Even though I gave my employment letter, document, salary, they looked at everything, but they gave the denial. Now I got H1B this October, and we moved into like H1B status. So we are scheduling interview in November with H4. So we are little bit concerned, will F2 and H1 be different or same? Will there be any problem? That's during the interview.
Got it. For all the time, the denials came in because of the immigrant intent, though. You might have seen the movies. In the movies, what they say is that you are innocent until proven guilty, is right? You hear that word in the movies all the time, especially the Bollywood movies, and Tollywood, whatever Indian movies are. You're not guilty until you're proven, is right? Now, when it comes to the immigration, though, it's different. It is not a criminal law. It is civil law. That's what we call it as. So you are guilty until proven innocent. Every person who is applying for the visa is considered to be a potential immigrant. It is a duty of that person to prove it that after completing their purpose of coming into the United States, they're going to go back. Okay. Now, when it comes to the F1 visa or B2 visa, their intention should be only to come for the purpose for which they want to, and then they want to go back into United States, go back to their home country after their purpose is done. Now, when it comes to the H4 visa, though, immigrant intent is not a problem, though. It is called a dual intent visa. People can have an intention to come into United States temporarily and go back. People can have an intention that I am going to permanently settle in United States and I am now applying for H4, but in future I am going to apply for the green card. They can have that intent, and if they have the intent, the consulate cannot reject there. Until now, all her rejections are based on immigrant intent, and now she's going for H4 visa, which is perfectly fine. She should be getting the H4 visa. She can have the intent to come in here. Now she has proven that she has completed the master's, and then she has gone into the day one CPT, and then she has gone into the PhD, all for the purpose of maintaining the staying in United States, working for a company though. They have noticed that, and that's the reason why they've rejected a couple of times F1s and F2s and whatever not. F2 also falls into having a non-immigrant intent. Since she's applying for H4, I'm expecting her visa without any problems.
Okay, sir. If any problem comes, I mean, we actually spoke to Emily last week. We didn't follow up with some questions. So we wanted to ask you and schedule, like, if something happens, can we work with you guys on some?
You won't need it. Believe me, you won't need us. You won't need us. And, okay.
And thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
All the very best, sir. Thank you for calling. All right, let's take our next caller. Okay, caller with number ending in 0295. 0295. We're ready for you now. Hello?
Hi, Nitya. Can you hear me okay?
Hi, sir. We can hear you, sir. Please go ahead.
Hi, Rahul. My name is Suresh, calling from Houston. My question is regarding the duration of stay outside US once you're in green card. In our situation, my wife and I got our green cards last June, and she traveled to India mid-November, came back in mid-March, and then she went back to India this August. So I wanted to see if there will be any issues with...
So every time she's visiting India, how long is she visiting?
So last time when she went in November, it was for 4 months.
Okay, and this time?
This time she went in August and she's still there. Our plan is to come back in December.
Okay. As long as you keep it under 6 months, you are good. Not a problem at all. In the end, because I'm targeting citizenship, at the time when you get the citizenship application though, you fill the application out. Have you ever been outside the country for more than 180 days is the question that pops up. It always creates a trouble. Okay, but if you try to keep it under 6 months, you are good. Now, there are a couple of things that people need to notice though. If it's more than 1 year, you cannot come back. Between 6 months and 1 year, it's up to the discretion of the officer to allow you into the country, and it might create a trouble for you in the citizenship. If it's under 6 months, you're good, no problem. Now, there is another provision of the citizenship thing that you need to be aware of, that when she applies for the citizenship, out of the preceding 5 years, she has to be physically present in United States for more than 2.5 years. Not at a single stretch, but on an aggregate. So for example, every 4 months she comes and stays, for 1 week and goes back though. Then she has to delay the citizenship application until she meets the 2.5 year requirement. But if she's just going 4 months and coming back, they won't create any trouble. But she won't do that in future like that, is right? Every time she comes for 4 months and goes back, it's only this time, is right?
Yes, sir. This is an emergency situation with one of our family members.
No problem, sir. No problem, sir. You, as long as you keep it under 180 days her visit though, that's good. If it's more than 180 days, I recommend you strongly to consult an immigration lawyer. But believe me, it's not worth paying an immigration lawyer. It's better that you pay the airlines and bring her back and take her back. That's better. Okay?
All right. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling. All right, let's take our next caller. Sorry, sir.
Houstonian. My city.
All right. Let's take our next caller, Andy. Okay, caller with number ending in 0743. 0743, we ready for you now? Hello? Caller with number ending in 0743. Hello?
You,
Hello?
Hello, ma'am. This is Ravi Kumar.
Hi, sir.
Hi. Can you hear me?
Hi, sir. Thank you for calling. Yeah, please, we can hear you. Go ahead, sir. Thank you.
Thank you for doing this. I have one question. Is it okay to change the lawyer in middle of labor process? The lawyer is extremely unresponsive and he applied PWD after a lot of pushes and now he's not even starting the advertising. So is it okay to change the lawyer at this point?
you can, Ravi. But it has to be done by the company though. Technically, you cannot do by yourself. But company can do it.
Yeah, I'm the company. He can listen to me, but just wondering, like we already gave so many documents to this guy.
Prevailing wage can be filed by one lawyer, and the advertisement and recruitment process can be supervised by another lawyer. Absolutely not a problem.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you, Ravi Kumar.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling, Andy. Let's take our next caller. Caller with number ending in 9431. 9431, we're ready for you now. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Hi, sir. Hi, sir.
Hi. Hi.
Sir, thank you for calling. We can hear you, sir. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, Nitya garu and Rahul garu.
Yes.
I have one question. My daughter, she turned 21 years in last year, June. 2020, when the date of filing is current for our EB3, we not applied 485 at that time due to our F1 is in progress. Okay, university attorney told don't apply for 485 because of that F1 is in progress. So can I apply now? That is But one thing, Rahul garu, EB2 is we applied when it's become current for her. Once at that time we applied EB2, we have a EAD card EB2, no problem. But EB3, now when you see EB3 is going forward compared to EB2.
I got it. So if you have already applied in EB2 though, I would recommend your application to be considered only under EB2 because we tried to file late I-485 applications. We failed because we took the money and then justice didn't came for them. I would risk your money. If nothing was being filed, we could try it. But if it's already filed, she has a 485 application, I'm going to fight on her behalf to get the green card under EB2 for you. Instead of going in EB3. Even though EB3 is current, I will request them to not adjudicate under EB3.
Okay, I have one question. Suppose EB3 become current. For me, my wife and my son, we applied EB3. We will get but EB3. But what about her case?
Well, I will try to fight as much as possible saying that she should be also approved even though she filed under EB3. She was eligible at the date of filing, and I will make all the arguments and see if they are going to agree with it or not, okay? And if they don't though, definitely on the parallel, I will file F2B application for her. And you know what F2B is, right? Do I have to explain it?
Yes. Oh, family based. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Okay.
One more thing. One more question. Sorry. We went to India using the EAD cards last month. We returned back. I-9, my employer, I requested to remove H1B, put the EAD card. Reason my 2 kids going for college. Is it okay, right?
That's fine. I mean, irrespective of just because your 2 kids are going to college, you have to move on to EAD. That's fine. If you move to EAD, that's fine. Not a problem.
What about my H1B? I have H1B still 2025. At that,
it still is valid, H1B? Irrespective of what you use for the I-9. It still is valid.
Still is valid.
It's like this. You are going in an RTC bus. You have 2 tickets in your pocket. You showed 1 ticket to the conductor. Doesn't mean that the second ticket is gone. It's still there. And
you are saying like
time,
you have a bus pass, you have a ticket both.
Yeah, there is a, what is that? The inspection happened. Can you show the other ticket for him saying that I have this ticket? Yeah, no problem with it. Oh, you showed that ticket to the conductor and you're not showing it. It doesn't matter. You can show either of those tickets to the supervisor. You're fine.
Thank you. Final one
Thank
question. In university, my daughter F1, she has to, as of now, still database in our university is there F1. While applying the job, she's showing EAD card. Is it okay? University, she's having F1. My daughter, she's having F1
I got it. Definitely, it's worth for her to show the EAD to apply for the jobs, though. Whether she should move on to the EAD or not, I would want you to have a private consultation. And why would I am okay when she uses the EAD when applying for the job? Because if they don't see the EAD, they will throw the resume out.
Yes, so, yeah, that is happening.
Yeah, so I use the EAD to get foot into there, and then later on decide after the interview, everything is conducted, then later on, hey, I need sponsorship or something like that. She can tell it afterwards. So, but to use the EAD because of the situation which you are, which she is in, I would want you to consult privately a lawyer, okay? Thank you. We'll go to the next call.
Thank you, Rahul Garu. Thank you, Nitya. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling in. All right. Okay, Rahul Garu, a couple of questions, Andy, for you. Question from Lena says, EB2 priority date is April 2017. Kid will age out in 2034. Will 2017 become current before then, or do I need to look for an alternative?
I'm going to hire a parrot guy in India. I'm getting tired of these questions because I don't know the answer. I can't predict the future. And the parrot will come in, tick, 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 pick up the card. I really have no answer to it. Whether within 10 years, whether 2017 is going to be current. If you look into the stats of what is in there, though, it's a little bit confusing. We cannot predict those things. The numbers, they don't give the stats very clearly. So it's very hard for us to predict in 10 years whether 2017 is going to be current, or in 11 years is going to become current. It's very hard for us to predict.
Okay. Thank you. I know we keep having this conversation, but people do have questions. All right, question from No Rules. Please let us know what can be expected of EB2 retrogression litigation. Says I'm doing 2 full-time employment, 3 contracting jobs through my own LLC, making $1 million. Should I be okay? I'm on a GCEAD.
Yes, we are fighting where once the date is current, it has supposed to be current at all times. But when and you're supposed to get the green card though, but when we filed this case though, we knew that the USCIS is going to protest it. They're going to contest it though. Like there are some things, advance parole is delayed for a long period of time. It's taking more than 4 months to get an approval. We go to the court cases, those kind of things. Normally USCIS does not challenge us. They just approve the advance parole and then get it over with. But when we are telling that once the date is current, it's going to be current for all period of time though, they are going to challenge us. They are going to challenge us. And it's going to be a litigation where it's going to go to circuit court, and it is going through all those processes right now. Now, for this gentleman who's making $1 million, congrats, that's very nice. Tell that to Vivek Ramaswamy. He thinks that you're a cheap labor.
I know, we're cheap labor, right?
Yeah, cheap labor. You are a cheap labor, we're making $1 million. Yeah, you have a poor gardener, you have a poor Mercedes car. Anyway, coming to the point, can this gentleman should consider EB5? A lot of people ask me this question. Should they consider EB5?
Yeah.
No, the answer is no. Simple no. One thing is that it looks very easy for people saying, oh, EB5, you file an EB5, you get an EAD. EB5, the entire process is taking 10 to 12 years for them to get the green card. So since he's already on adjustment of status though, he's practically half green card holder. I mean, that is exactly how it.
Right.
He already have job. Self-employment allowed? Yes. Multiple jobs allowed? Yes. Can he do side business now? His main employment should always be at least one, this guy has too many. One main employment has to be in this software or whatever field that you file for the green card. The second job can be Uber driving.
Yes.
So you're pretty much free. So I do not recommend, because after 5 years of waiting or 4 years of waiting for getting the green card on EB5, guess what kind of green card you get it? You get it a temporary green card only valid for 2 years. That's what you buy after paying $1 million. It's only valid for 2 years. And then you have to go and apply for the conditional removal. And after 5-6 years, you will get the results, assuming that your business and everything is still running, everything is good. So the entire period is anywhere between 10 to 12 years. And don't, I may have been telling a different information than what you hear from the other people. You don't have to blindly believe me. Go to the USCIS website and find out that processing time for these things. Why all the people, not all the people, most lawyers will agree with me, almost every lawyer will agree with me, but why some of the people that you listen to, or most of the people whom you listen to, tell a different story? Because they tell this story. You put $1 million, you will get an EAD within 3 months. They may be right. They may be right. You may get an EAD, but when am I going to get my permanent green card is the question you need to ask. You're not going to put $1 million and get an EAD that is only valid for a certain period of time. You might as well ask them, when would I get the permanent green card? They don't, you don't ask, they don't tell.
Right.
The reason is they are taking $1 million of you and they want that $1 million desperately though.
Yeah. I remember, sir, we had actually considered this EB5 at one point, when frustration gets the better of you.
That's good, Nitya Garu. Now we know you're a millionaire.
No, I'm not a millionaire, because at that time they needed only $500,000. So,
okay, that's fine.
So my husband and I, we were both working in the Silicon Valley, so we were doing okay. So at that point, it was something to consider. But then we also realized very quickly, once we started reaching out and stuff, very quickly it became clear that even if you do that, there is no guarantee, and you're also investing in businesses, and the other thing is to make sure that these businesses also stay afloat.
Continue,
they can close the company anytime.
They can close the company. So
and then your money is gone.
Yeah, then your money will. Telugulo cheppalante tummute ఊడ్చిపోయే పోయే ముక్కు ఎన్ని రోజులు ఉంటది. So that's exactly EB5 green card, guys.
Yeah.
Now, that's not the same thing with the employment-based. Once you get the green card, you're done. I mean, you don't need to come to this show.
So unless you feel like you have millions to just...
Even if you have millions, for this guy, it's not worth it. Because
I'm saying, unless you're like...
Yeah. See, if they have not filed the adjustment of status at all, then probably they may consider EB5. They should consider EB5. But if they have already filed EB5, EB2 or EB3 though, then definitely I would not consider EB5 at all. Remember that particular lady who said 2017, will my daughter get the green card? Will my daughter be saved by 2035? For that particular person, though, it is definitely good to consider, though. The reason is, Nitya Garu, even though you are getting the green card 10 years, the permanent green card, you are preserving the age by filing the EB5.
Right.
You are protecting the age. So if the age of the kid is 20 years, though, you file an application right now, you're saved because the dates are mostly current for those. So it's worth for them when the kids are about to become 21, and probably somewhere in 1920, it is absolutely worth for you to go for EB5 if you have not filed any 483 application. Let's go to the caller center, Nitya Garu. Can you hear me, Nitya Garu? Seems to we have some technical issues. Nitya Garu, can you hear me? If you have not filed any 483 application.
Hello?
Yeah. Hi, Nitya Garu.
Hello.
Sorry, Andy. got logged off for a second there.
Okay. Yeah.
Go ahead, sir.
Hello.
Hello? Hi, sir.
Hello.
Hi, sir. Thank you for calling,
Hi,
sir.
can you hear me?
Yes, sir. We can hear you, sir. Please go ahead, sir.
Okay. Hi, Rahul. Yeah, actually, I have a quick question. I'm through the AC consultancy, okay, and recently I lost my project. So I'm thinking, like if I can, I know like it's kind of year ending and considering the job market, I'm not sure, if I can get a job in this 2-3 months. So I was thinking I can convert to B2, and then once I get a job, then I'm thinking to connect to H1. Can I do that, Rahul?
Absolutely, though. You can convert, you can apply for the B2 application. While the B2 is pending, though, you can convert back to H1B with no problem. We have done for several people, no issues, though. In February and March of 2023, the USCIS has issued a Twitter notification saying that they will allow people whose B2 is pending, if they file the premium processing, they're going to approve the H1B even though the B2 has been filed, and they are doing it with no trouble for us.
Okay. And sorry, Rahul, there's a counter question on that. So, I haven't been to India anytime. Like, I'm still waiting for my H1 stamping. But again, this layoff, I lost my project. So still it's fine. I can do that?
Absolutely. Even though after you came into United States, maybe you came on F1, whatever visa you might have come in, now you are filed a H1 transfer and you don't have a H1B stamping, can you still file a B2? Absolutely not a problem. And we strongly recommend people filing the B2 application online though. Now, if you file online, the fees is a little bit double though, especially, for if you're a single guy, it's the same fees. But if you are a married couple though, the fees goes up. But I still recommend people to file online because there are a lot of errors people do it. Online, practically, you can't do an error. It doesn't allow you to do any error.
Okay. Yeah, that's helpful. Okay. Cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling. All right. Rahul Garu, one quick question before we take our next caller, Andy. This is from Ravi K. Says, my daughter will age out in the middle of my upcoming H1B extension cycle. Should we apply a 1.5-year H4 extension for daughter and a 3-year extension for myself and spouse?
Okay. Definitely, you should apply for 3-year extension, even though your daughter is getting 21 in between. However, though, remember, H4 applications will be filed together. So for the mother, let's say this gentleman is on H1B, the mother is on H4, the daughter is on H4. Typically, we file H4 applications for the mother and daughter together in one application.
Okay.
In this case, though, do not file one H4 application for both mother and daughter. Segregate them separately. The reason is that since you are paying only one filing fees, if the daughter is aging out in 6 months, though, the mother will also get the H4 only until 6 months. I don't know why they do it. They should give the mother 3 years, the daughter 6 months, because she's getting aged out in 6 months. So I would recommend strongly, not only recommend, it's absolutely necessary to file H4 separately for the mother. Yeah, 2 separate applications.
Got it. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Let's take our next caller, Randy. Okay, caller with number ending in 9384. 9384, we're ready for you now. Hello?
Hi, can you hear me?
Hello, Randy?
Hear me? Can you hear me? Hello?
Please press *6 to unmute your line.
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Hi. Hi, I have a question about my case. My patty date is February of 2014. I had a EB3 I-485 filed by previous employer, and my current employer filed EB2
Hello?
I-485 also. Hello?
Yeah, Nitya Garu, some technical difficulties. I'm able to hear Nitya Garu.
Okay, Andy, sorry.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Caller with number ending in 9384, kada?
Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Yeah,
Go ahead, sir.
Hello.
Keep going.
Go ahead, sir.
All right. So USCIS updated the I-485 for EB3 saying case closed, benefit received by other means, right? And I have EAD and advance parole through EB3 and EB2. Now, my first question is, I have changed my address and I have updated the AR form for EB2 I-485 application. Should I also update it for EB3?
Everything. Do it for everything. Do it for everything. It's not a big loss because it's not a big loss for you. It's free. It's online. It takes 2 minutes. You already did it. So do it for everything.
Yeah, and sir, I have already passed the 10-day time frame. Is it still okay?
Not a problem.
It's almost
It's
3 months.
perfectly okay.
Okay.
It's perfectly okay.
Okay, sir. Next question is that should I still pursue EAD AP extension for my EB3 case, though I have it from EB2? Have you seen any circumstances where
no, they will deny
EAD and
they will deny it if you do it because that 485 application has been closed right now. What we did when we closed though, we challenged the USCIS saying that hey, we paid the money. EB3 is there. How can you close it? And they reopened the file though, but the time to reopen has already passed through for you. So what I would do is that I would not file a EAD in the AP on it. Even if you file an advance parole, if they mistakenly approve it, what if when you're flying back, they will say, hey, your 485 is denied. You're using this advance parole. Now we're going to ship you back to India. So I would not file. I would not use that EAD in advance parole. Okay.
Okay. And yeah. And sir, one last question I have is that since I am on H1B, can my kid use the EAD and I still remain on H1B? Is that allowed in the immigration laws?
Yeah, you mean to say, can your kid use the EAD to the adjustment of status? Can you be in H1B? Absolutely perfect. No problem with it.
Okay, so for college admissions, it's perfectly fine for her to go on EAD and not file for F1.
As long as the child is protected under the CSPA, Child Service Protection Act, which you know by this time what that is. If the age of the kid is protected, I don't see a reason to apply for F1. We'll go to the next caller.
Okay, I got it. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling, Andy. All right, let's take our next caller. Okay, caller with number ending in 4619. We're ready for you now. Hello? Caller with number ending in 4619. Hello, ma'am.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. We can hear you, ma'am. Thanks for calling. Go ahead, ma'am.
Yeah. Hi, Nitya, ma'am, and Rahul, sir. Hope both of you are fine. My question is, I had my I-485 interview on the September 5th, 2023, and I belong to the rest of the world. So I want to know officially for how many days should I wait for the decision to come? Is it 120 days or 30 days?
There is nothing called official date, but typically though, if your priority date is still current in the month of October, which it should be because you're the rest of the world, they should adjudicate it. I would send a reminder letter to the USCIS official, address it to the same place where you got interviewed, to request to adjudicate your application, to remind them after 30 days. And if you don't though, you can try to see if you can raise a service request to adjudicate your application, but for service request, I recommend to wait at least 90 days.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for calling, Andy. All right, let's take our next caller. Caller with number ending in 6594. 6594, we're ready for you now. Please press *6 to unmute your line, Andy. Caller with number ending in 6594. *6 to unmute your line. Hello? Okay. All right, let's...
Hello. Hello.
Hello, sir?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, sir, we can hear you, sir. Please go ahead.
Yes, yeah, sorry, good evening. Thank you for taking my call. My company has applied for my employment-based green card back in 2022 in November. So it's more than 300 days now. So there's another company that's willing to take my employment. Basically, if they apply for like I-485J, will that prolong my process for green card? That's my first question is, and the second question is, do they have to pay any fees?
First of all, you said your 485 has been filed almost 365 days ago. Let's say, like 11 months ago. Your I-140
300 days. 300 days.
Yeah, 300 days. And your I-140, the underlying I-140, is it approved?
Yes.
Okay. No, they can file a 485J supplement. You can move to different companies since your I-140 is already approved. You filed a 485 and it's been more than 180 days that you filed the 485 application. You can move to a different job as long as the new job is in the same profession, as in the same line of work that you are doing. Absolutely not a problem.
Yes.
Is there a filing fees for the I-485J? Luckily, no, zero. There's no filing fees for the 485J.
Okay. And the other question is that will that prolong my because it's almost 300 days,
does not.
So I don't want to.
It does not prolong your green card application, sir. What we tell people is that you don't have to file a 485J supplement, though. It's not an absolute requirement for you. Only if there is an RFP where the request for further information has been requested, or when you go for the 485 interview, though, you can use the 485J supplement. You move from company A to company B, you don't do anything. Only if there is an RFP.
I see.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling. Let's take our next caller. Okay, caller with number ending in 2999. 2999. We're ready for you now. Hello?
Hello. Yeah.
Hello, sir.
Hi, Nitya.
Hello, sir.
Hi.
Go ahead, sir. We can hear you, sir.
How are you?
Good, sir. Thank you. Go ahead with your question, sir.
Yeah, I have one. Sure. I have one quick question, Rahul Garu. So I applied for I-130 and I-485, and my I-130 and I-485 both are approved. And at the same time, my H-1B extension also in the process, like it's still with them. So, like, what?
Did you say your I-130 and 485 got approved?
Yes, sir.
Take your H-1B.
With marriage based. Sorry?
Take the H-1B like this and throw it out. You don't need it.
Oh, okay. Oh, I don't need it?
You don't need it. You got the green card, buddy. You're green.
Oh, okay. And just curious, like out of curiosity, like if I want in the future, I can come back my H-1B, or like how does it work? Do I need a lottery or something? Or?
Why would you need H-1B though?
No, I'm just thinking like how does it like works like that? Because I got through family, right? Family based, like through my.
I know
right?
what you're
I'm
speaking.
Just asking.
If you are contemplating anything separating from the wife, okay, I would want you to consult a lawyer privately. I want you to okay. I want you to, because it's a very lengthy issue. It could be done. But otherwise you won't need it though. That's the only thing that I can think about where you may need the H-1B later on. Did you get a conditional green card?
No, like permanent, I guess. So it's not yet. I don't know exactly, but it should be.
Well, do you know whether you got a conditional green card or a permanent green card?
Not sure. Actually, it's not received. The status said it's approved, so that's it.
So I know, but after when did you? What is your marriage date?
It's been like more than 3 years.
Absolutely, that's a permanent green card, sir. That's a permanent green card.
Oh, is it?
So
Okay. Yeah.
yeah, it's a permanent green card. There's no
Oh.
conditions attached. I cannot imagine why you would need a H-1B at all. I cannot imagine. It's a permanent green card. So typically, I just want to
Permanent,
let
okay. So
people,
no.
yeah, for people who are married to US citizen for under 2 years and they get the green card though, the green card is only valid for 2 years though. But for the people who get the green card after 2 years after their marriage though, it is a permanent green card. And that's practically there. I mean, the only way that I can think about of green card getting abundant is like you go to India for more than 6 months or more than 1 year or without permissions. That's one thing that I can think of some major criminal activity. So otherwise, you won't need your H-1B, sir. Okay?
No, H1 is okay. Yeah. Just thinking like, I can combine H1B also. I'm just thinking in case, like, I don't know. So that's the reason I'm asking.
Why?
No, sir,
You already have your green card. Why would you want to come on H-1B?
I can build
Like,
mansions
I can
with
have
people.
2 options. Right?
No, once you have,
No,
I mean,
just
people
asking.
are fighting for the green card. So once you have the green card, why would you want to do H-1B? Unless you want to surrender the green card and then go back to H-1B.
No,
No, sir.
just like, so the counselor process, we will, like, when I apply, I'm on F1 visa. So that time, like, I do have like H1B, counselor processing time. So I was on F1, I used STEM extension for 3 years. At the same time, backside, I have my H1B. So I have used student visa. I went to India, I got stamped H1B, I activated my H1B. So it's a safe side. Something like that from the green card is something like, I don't know, just thinking in the backside, like a backup, should I, like, can I keep it my H1B also in the safer side? Can I park like that? So just thinking like that.
Okay. To answer your question, sir,
You
we can activate your H-1B in the next 90 years at any point of time.
Okay. Yeah,
Okay?
just asking,
So,
sir. So basically,
if you want to give up
got
the
my
green
point,
card
sir.
and
Why
if
I'm
you want to
asking?
give up the, doesn't matter why you're asking.
No,
you know.
I don't want to give up. Like, no. I'm just
But
asking.
just
like, does
okay, sir. We answer your question.
So, long story short, you can do it. That's what Rahul Garu said. Any other questions, sir?
No, I think you answered all my questions. Just out of curiosity, I'm just asking. And
we can activate
I
your
call
H-1B,
this
sir.
Rahul.
Okay.
We can
Thank you,
activate
sir.
your H-1B.
Congratulations. You have your green card. Enjoy the green card. Okay. Thank you, sir. We'll take our next caller, Andy.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Rahul, for answering my questions.
Thank you.
This is the second time I'm calling. So thank you so much. You gave good
Awesome,
suggestions,
sir.
actually.
Thank you so much for supporting us. Thank you, sir. Okay. Let's take our next caller. Awesome. Caller with number
This is called Jaini Gulami. The reason is that even though
I don't even know what that means, sir.
Yeah, well, this is a word used by a particular prime minister of a country. Is that people have incorporated themselves into H-1Bs and F-1s, and they are unable to understand what the green card is. They are unable to understand the presence that the green card. They don't need all these things. They don't even need to come to this show, but they are unable to understand. Maybe he loves you and me, Nitya Garu, and that's the reason he's coming.
I feel very honored, sir. Thank you so much. Please keep coming to our show. Call a lot of more people, and especially those who are green card holders also. Let's confuse them all and bring them into the show.
Sure.
Rahul Garu, we are applying H-1Bs for them again, Andy. I don't.
Thank you.
All right. Next caller with number ending in 7615. 7615. We're ready for you now. Hello.
Hello, ma'am. Hello, sir.
Hello, sir.
Go ahead, sir.
Yeah.
Go ahead, sir. We can hear you, sir. Please.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Sir, my question is, my son is under 21. Now he is in H4. If he moves to F1 and dates become current within 21, can he be able to, can we still accommodate him in H1
in the 483 application?
Green card?
In the 483 application. Very good question. Let me, so if he has moved out of your dependent, and F1 is an independent visa, can he apply 485 along with you when your priority date becomes current? The answer is yes. as long as he is under 21 CSPA age, Child Service Protection Act, which you know what that is by this time, even though he has moved on to F1 visa though, you can include him in your 485 application. Absolutely not a problem.
Okay, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so
good question.
Yeah, sir, one more question, sir, related to the same thing, related to one previous caller's question. When we have H1 extension going during this his aging out time, I have another kid also. So should we file two separate applications, or
yes,
it is
absolutely
okay to file
two separate applications? Otherwise, the younger kid will get shorter H4 approval.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much for the time.
Thank you for tuning in.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling, Andy. All right. Let's take our next caller. And in the meantime, Rahul Garu, this is a quick question, Andy. Aninda Mukherjee says, can I switch from B1, B2 to EB5 while living in the USA?
Absolutely, they can.
Okay.
Previously, when we filed the green card application for EB5, the first application has to be approved before we apply for the 485 application. But right now, right now we can apply both the applications together, I-529 and also I-485 at the same time. We don't have to segregate it. And once they file the 485, they will be in status. So yes, from B2 to EB5, you can apply for the adjustment of status. Until about 1 year ago, that was not allowed because you have to get the I-529. The first application, which is very similar to I-140, has to be approved. But they changed it now, allowing people to file the 485 application. So from B2 application, you can file the 485 application immediately.
Got it. Thank you, sir. All right, let's take our next caller. Okay, caller with number ending in 7979. 7979, we're ready for you. Hello?
Hey, hi.
Hi, ma'am.
I'm working as a post-doc researcher. Hey, hi.
Go ahead, ma'am. Go ahead.
Hello.
Please.
Yeah.
You have to speak louder, ma'am, a little bit louder. Or come to the
I'm working as a postdoc. Hello. Hello.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hi. Hello. Yeah. So I was saying that I'm working as a postdoc researcher on J1 visa, and it has been a year doing so. I'm subject to a 2-year home residency requirement with this status.
Yeah, you have a 2 year.
Of getting waiver from.
Ma'am, your audio is cutting out. Can you repeat that?
I'm saying I'm a postdoc researcher on J1 visa, and it has been a year doing so. I'm subject to a 2-year home residency requirement with this status. I'm already in the process of getting waiver from J1. Hello? Yeah.
Yes, you're in the process of getting the J1 waiver?
Yes. Since I'm an active researcher, I have more than 6 publications in a reputed journal with 120 citations. So my question is, am I eligible to apply for green card in EB1 category?
You are. You can. Even though you did not receive the 2 years residency waiver, you can still apply for the I-140 application. Even though if your priority date is current, you cannot file the 485 application because your 2 years waiver has not yet been approved. You can file the I-140 but not 485.
Okay, and it comes under EB1 category, right?
You can, because you're a postdoc, you most probably will be eligible for EB1A. And if your organization wants to file an application, then you may be eligible for EB1B also.
Okay, I see.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Keep up the good work.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for calling. Yeah. Let's take our next caller.
We need these people to discover drugs and everything, otherwise we'll be dead.
All right. Let's take our next caller. Okay, caller with number ending in 5268. 5268. We're ready for you now. Hello?
Yeah, hi. Hi, this is Raj. I was calling regarding my wife H1B.
Go ahead, sir.
Hello?
We can hear you.
Yeah, okay, cool. So on March 30th, she got a job and she tried, and so we did not find her a job. So she applied for an H4 and H4 EAD, and we received a receipt on May 25th. So from that time, we are waiting for like her approval. So just want to know what is the current timelines on the H4
Yeah,
and
it's
H4
about
EAD?
it's about 8 months now.
Oh, okay. Okay, so the other question is like she got a new job offer now, and is it fine if she can work on H1 right now until it get approval?
She's been working on H1B right now, is that right?
No. From March 30th, she was not working, and May 25th, we received a receipt on H4 and H4 EAD.
Yeah. So now, she from March she stopped working. Now, how can she work on it? No, she can't have a gap from March to October. No, she can't.
Okay.
She can't work on
So
H1B. It's invalid now. Yeah.
Okay, so we just need to wait for H4 EAD.
Right. Yeah. Had she been continuously working from March to right now, yes, she can continue working even though H4 has been pending. But since she stopped working though, then she can't act whenever she wants to activate, inactivate, you can't do that. So she has to wait.
Okay, that's all. Thank you so much.
However, though, there is a way where she can work.
Okay.
Is she can go to Mexico and what Nitya named it as Margarita switch. She can switch to H1B by going to Mexico, but that will throw your H4 application off. They will deny the H4 application.
Okay, so in case of emergency also we cannot.
Yeah, so she can go to Mexico and then come back and show the I-797 approval of the H1B. Hey, I'm going to be working with this particular company. And she can come back on H1B. We got it as a Margarita switch, but her H4 and EAD will be denied. And
okay,
if you want, if she wants to, even though she doesn't have the H1B stamping in the passport, she can do that.
Okay, got it. Okay.
But if she wants to do that, I would recommend that she consult a lawyer, okay? But if you decide not to, then you're good.
Okay,
thank you.
Cool. All right. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling in. All right. Okay, let's take our next caller. Okay, caller with number ending in 5086. 5086, we're ready for you now. Hello? Hello? Hi, ma'am.
Hi, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you for picking my call.
Sure.
Actually, my brother is a U.S. citizen, and I have a 14-year-old. So is there any way like my brother can help us?
He can file an application called I-130 application, and but the waiting period is 16 years though, so there is a good chance that your son will be aged out by that time. The good part is that California Service Center is taking 10 years to adjudicate the I-130 application. And according to the CSPA, the time period that the I-130 application is pending will be deducted from your son's age. So he can file an application, see if it works. If it doesn't work, it's not a big loss. And the I-130 application, he can file it for you online. It may not work, it may help, it may not help, but you can try it.
Okay. Are there any disadvantage or any clauses which will affect us like in H1B extensions or anything?
No. In H1B extensions,
okay.
No. There are some issues with regards to when the kid wants to move to F1 when he turns 21. But we have, if the kid stays in United States, we have not seen that as a problem.
Oh,
okay.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for calling.
A lot of people are very sympathetic, Nitya Garu, to that particular gentleman who was asking to preserve the H1B. I see a lot of comments there supporting him.
Too, yeah.
Yeah, it's not criticizing him. You're not considering his views. What if his wife throws away and a lot of different things. I have considered that, guys. I did consider that thing. And that's the reason I asked, when did he got the green card? He said he's been married for 3 years. So even if his wife throws him away, though, his green card will be his. Absolutely his. Absolutely his.
Let's hope that the wife is not watching the show.
So there are a lot of considerations about it. Why are you not addressed? I did consider that. I asked him how long it's been he's married. Since he's married for 3 years, though, by the time he got the green card, his green card is permanent. Even if there is a divorce between those two people, then it's not a problem. He gets to give the green card. What he cannot do is, because he's married to a U.S. citizen, he's eligible for citizenship in 3 years instead of 5 years.
Oh, wow.
So if by any chance a divorce happens, though, then he cannot apply for the citizenship with 3 years. He has to wait for 5 years, just like regularly what you and I waited for it. He has to wait. That's the only thing that I can think. But yeah, I did consider, guys, what happens when he spoke. I did consider that. It was there. I didn't miss that point.
No, of course, sir. And I have a relative, an aunt of mine, who had a green card, and she decided she didn't want to live here, and she didn't feel right keeping a green card when she only wanted to visit her family here. So she actually went and surrendered her green card and went and applied for, tourist visa for here.
And there is also one other scenario where people have given up the green cards. I don't know if it's a rumor or not, but I was told that Satya Nadella did it, but we don't know if it's true or not. That the person gave it the green card. The reason is that it takes, back in those days though, the waiting period for the wife to come here, there's a 4-year waiting period for the wife if you apply for the green card holder's wife. So people can give up the green card and then apply for the H1B.
Correct. Yeah, I've seen
in this case, in this case, so yeah, he can still give up the green card and move on to H1B to bring the wife on H4. Yes, he can. That's the reason I said in the next 90 years, we can reactivate the H1B.
Reactivate it. Correct. Yeah, and we don't know what their personal situation is right now. So
those are,
guys who are thinking,
there are a lot of people who are sympathetic to him. So yeah, I did consider. I did answer the question that we can reactivate the H1B. Yeah.
All right. Yes, and I know where the frustration is also coming from, because these guys are like, hey, we're waiting for a green card, and there's a guy with his green card asking if he can go back on an H1B. So we understand where your frustration is coming from, but like Rahul Garu was saying, we don't know what their personal situation is. So let's not be, quick to jump the gun and be so judgmental about people. But on that note, Rahul Garu, thank you so much, Andy, for answering all the good ones, all the weird ones, all the not so weird ones. We really appreciate what you're doing over here in Telugu only. So thank you so much for that.
Thank you, Nitya, for inviting.
And to all our viewers, we'll be back same time, same place next week Monday. So please don't forget to call us. It's so good to hear from you all. So call us and come with your questions. We'll be here waiting to answer them. And until then, have a great week and happy Gandhi Jayanti also in advance. Thank you.
Thank you.